Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT and Channel 18 Valley TV. Hello, Papa. And YouTube, of course. YouTube. Can't forget them.
Can't forget them.
No, can't be doing that.
I watch it every day.
Yeah, right. He never watches YouTube, by the way, folks.
I wouldn't know how.
Ever. No, you wouldn't. He don't even want to attempt to learn how to use a computer. He'll say, I can't even spell computer. Well, let's see if this mic is picking us up good. Yeah. So we'll try to stick with this one here. This one here, how's that doing, Daryl? This one here, okay, all right. Well, we got some announcements as always, folks. First off, and the radio listeners especially, because these are events coming up soon, like in the following days. The Pipe Volunteer Fire Department, let's see, what that'll be tomorrow. Pipe Volunteer Fire Department's having their summertime meal, folks, tomorrow. It'll be at the fire department. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. And looks like they're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, and is that bratwurst? Did I get it right? Okay. Bratwurst with baked beans, chips, and a drink. That's the menu. Plates will be available from 4 to 7 p.m. at the fire hall. Proceeds raised from this will benefit the fire department. You can dine in or carry out. Sounds like a good deal there, Papa.
That's good that that communities support their own fire department.
Yeah.
But you know, people from Pikeville can drive out there too.
Oh yeah, they need to. They need to check it out.
I mean, that is in South Pikeville, but I'm talking about the one that's going to be out at Fall Creek Falls.
Yeah, exactly.
That's coming up next.
It's a good one too.
We have the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department.
That's right.
They're having a breakfast next Saturday morning.
Oh yeah.
The 29th from 7 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be on 30 West.
Mm-hmm.
Their country breakfast scheduled the menu is biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, pancakes, hash brown potatoes. It shows a big bowl of fruit.
I see that.
They will have, that's good that you have pancakes too, because
I know
not everyone likes biscuits and gravy.
They're the only one that has pancakes that I've ever
believe
noticed.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But the meat will be bacon, sausage, country ham, and fried bologna.
Dang.
4 choices.
That's a pretty good selection there.
And then that bowl of fruit. To drink, you'll have orange juice or coffee or milk. The price, $7 per plate. Children 10 and under, they get to eat free.
Can't beat that.
A child 10 years old can put it away.
That's absolutely right. They
get to eat free, but I bet you need your mom and daddy with you.
Exactly.
All right, also next weekend, the 28th and the 29th, there will be a multi-family yard sale out at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department, which is on 30 West. And it is a church yard sale.
Okay.
Doesn't say what church, but just says church yard sale. Would that be the Mount Crest Methodist Church?
It could be. You never know.
The time is
it could
8 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Both days, the 28th and the 29th.
That's good too. That looks like Fall Creek Falls Fire Department's going to be having a busy weekend.
Sounds to me like they're going to take in a lot of money too.
Hopefully. I hope they do, Papa.
Go for it.
Yeah. And like we said, that's one of the good ones there. So if you're going to go to a breakfast, I recommend you try the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department's breakfast on August the 28th. And check out the yard sale on the 28th and 29th. Once again, from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. That'll be at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department. Okay, Papa, it is trivia time.
I happen to have a few.
I figured you would.
Now, you're not interested in this yet, but if you were a retiree, what would your kitty's initials be? Your kitty, where you save your
money?
Retirement.
Oh,
Retirement kitty. What's it called? 3 letters.
Dang it. Oh, is it IRA? Okay.
I got one.
That was easy, wasn't it?
I was thinking that, but I was scared to say it.
When I was a boy, my grandfather owned sheep, and it was interesting once a year when he would clip the sheep. I'm using the word clip. What's the other word for what you do to sheep when you take their wool off?
Wait, what? Take their wool off?
When you get the wool off of those sheep, you're blanking the sheep.
Oh.
Some people have electric clippers. Back then, you had hand clippers.
Are you grooming it?
No, you're not. Well, yeah, you're grooming it. You're getting all that wool off of it. You shear the sheep. You shear the sheep. I use the word clip to give you an idea we're getting rid of that wool.
It made me think of something else, like it was getting fixed or something.
Okay. If you are near a volcanic emission, what is that volcano emitting? What do you call the fluid?
Lava.
Lava. Very good, but I've never seen a volcano erupt, but I've seen pictures of
Nor
them.
do I want to.
But a lot of that issues into the ocean and it stays there.
Oh yeah, it does, don't
The
it?
lava doesn't go away.
No.
All right, that's liquid rock, I guess.
I guess it is. I never thought about that. It has to be.
It's hard stuff.
It's rough stuff, I tell you.
If you go back to Charles Lindbergh time, Charles Lindbergh's child was stolen, and they held that child for a price. What was it they were wanting to get for that child back?
They was wanting a ransom.
Ransom of Red Chief was a story that I read back when I was in high school. Ransom of Red. I think some people stole a little old boy, and the people didn't want him back. They wanted him to keep him.
That's pretty good. I
enjoyed all. I got the English medal, by the way. I think mainly I did it because I like to read.
Probably.
I wasn't good with diagramming sentences, but I love to read. I can still quote you some of the poems I learned.
I would not doubt that one bit.
Nectar gatherers. Who gathers nectar?
Bees. Yeah. I'm on a roll today.
The opposite of zig is
Zag. Zigzag.
Have you ever heard of Zig Ziglar? He's a motivational speaker. Zig Ziglar.
Okay.
Tarzan's moniker. What was Tarzan known as?
The
what?
Something of the jungle.
Well,
right.
But who raised?
Apes.
So he was the
king of the apes.
He was the ape
king.
Ape man.
Shoot.
He was raised by monkeys, by apes.
Yeah.
All right. In the Civil War, who was the foe of the Yanks?
The Southerners, the Confederates.
What are they? Yanks and
Confederates.
What do you call the Confederates? What was another name?
Rebels.
Okay. The Rebs. Which one of the Three Stooges has the bangs?
Mo.
What are their 3 names?
Larry Moe and Curly.
You watched it before, haven't you?
I like that show.
It's still around.
You dang right. Reruns still come on.
I saw that when I was a boy, and I'm 100 years old. If you have been milked to the utmost degree, what is the utmost degree?
You have been milked dry.
No.
Oh, dang it.
The blank degree is a letter.
Oh.
One of the 26 letters.
Mm-hmm.
It is a letter in the alphabet. The blank degree. It's as far as you can go, as far as much as you can stand. Much you can put up with. The nth degree. The letter N. Nth degree. You didn't know that?
No. But after you said it, I've heard of it.
That's another one of the things I learned in English. Okay, that's all of the trivia.
Oh, well, okay. I can let's see. I can accept that. I just missed, what, 2?
Well, I think that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty dang good, folks.
Because you don't know what I'm going to say, but then I want the people I want to hear and listen, I want them to think, but they'll just run it on their phones and they'll give the answer to you. The preacher the other night in Bible study, he was looking for a certain, how many years it was that David's son, Absalom, tried to steal the hearts of the people. Yeah. And he asked somebody in the congregation there to look it up on their phone. And they did.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there.
Those phones,
not something you see every day, though.
Those phones come in handy, but I bet they cost more than $25.
Yeah, they do.
Mine didn't even cost $25. Paula gave it to me.
Well, if that's all a trivia,
you ready for?
Then we'll go to some sports.
Sports
of all sorts.
Let me tell you, there's not a lot of sports. Yeah. Not a lot of sports.
But there's some.
In basketball.
Playoffs.
Tennessee got a commitment from Kenny Chandler to be involved in next year's roster.
Okay.
He's a 5-star player, a point guard from Memphis.
Oh, he needs to go to Tennessee.
He's the #1 point guard and the number 11 overall prospect nationally.
Oh, that's a huge pickup for Tennessee.
He turned down offers from Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, and Memphis.
Wow.
To come to Tennessee?
That's amazing. He's from Memphis. He's from Tennessee. Maybe that played a role in it, you know?
Well, those 4 programs, Kentucky, North Carolina, and Duke, and Memphis.
Oh, I mean,
those programs are something else. And for him to choose Tennessee, I think he thinks his playing time will be more readily available at Tennessee than in one of those places.
That could be it too.
Way to go, Rick Barnes.
But I was about to say, well, it don't matter. We'll take him.
In baseball, Sunday, Major League Baseball announced that the Negro Leagues were 100 years old.
Oh, really?
Talk about longevity. They're still around.
Yeah.
Back in 1947, that's when Branch Rickey brought in Jackie Robinson from the Negro Leagues to break the barrier, the color barrier that had stood all those years.
And he succeeded.
The Braves,
didn't he?
Are in first place today. They are 14-11. My Dodgers are in first place. They're 18-7.
Ooh, that's all because of you, isn't it?
No. In football, Jeremy Pruitt reported Tuesday that 23 of the team tested positive for COVID-19.
Didn't know that.
The first game is September September the 26th. First game.
It is?
South Carolina, September 26th.
I did not know it started that late.
Some of those 23 players that were affected are still in quarantine.
Yeah, maybe they'll be out of it by the time it...
Well, I think the quarantine time is 2 weeks, so they'll give you time.
That really does.
That's a month away, a little over a month away.
Yeah, I think they might be having
Georgia football.
By then.
Georgia football. Thursday, the athletic director, Greg McCarthy, announced the fan base allowed to see their team play ball. Bear in mind now, their stadium seats 92,746, but with the restriction on how many fans will be allowed in the stands, 20 to 25%. That means there will be between 18,550 and 23,190 instead of 92,000.
God, that's a big difference, isn't it?
That's a big difference. And Auburn's athletic director stated that reducing their home games down from 7 to 5, of course, going to have 5 home games and 5 away games out of the 10-game slate. Only 20% of the fans in the seats will result in a financial shortfall of tens of millions of dollars. That's Auburn now. But multiply that times 14 colleges. Tennessee has only 4 home games.
Well, dang it.
Georgia's student section seats 16,000. They're going to be allowed 3,000. There will be no tickets. Listen to this. No visitors' tickets will be sold. With no more seats than that available, it'll be only for your fans. So you'll have only home fans when you play at home, and your opponent, when you go to play there, you will have none of your fans.
Right.
That's monstrous. That's monstrous. And listen, Bama says there'll be no tailgating. No tailgating.
I don't get
so
that.
There's going to be some big changes in the sports world. But I've got some good news in just a minute. Football.
Well, we need it.
Football. Bledsoe County opens their season tonight. The Warriors take on the Whitwell football team down at Whitwell at 7 p.m. All 7 sports writers for the Chattanooga Times predict Tennessee's Bledsoe County will win the game.
Hey.
All 7. All 7.
It makes me feel better about it.
Plus our own sports columnist, Mr. Dan, he went on record this morning and his prognostication was Bledsoe County will win.
Okay.
Our southern neighbor, county-wise, below us here is Sequatchie County. They will be playing South Pittsburgh tonight.
Okay.
For their first game of the season. Now, sports writer Stephen Hargis, here's the thing I want to tell you that sounds good. He tried to put things in perspective. He said, this is verbatim what he said, I wrote down every word. There's no doubt COVID-19 is bad. For the older population and people with pre-existing health issues, there's danger that is worse than the flu.
Yeah.
But Dr. David Bruce said, but that's not the case at all for kids. For young adults, particularly those 18 and under, the data tells us this virus is nowhere near as dangerous as the flu. So far, there have been fewer than 100 kids under the age of 16 who have died from this virus. While last year alone, the flu killed nearly 500 kids in the same age group. But we didn't shut down athletics.
Exactly. No, they didn't shut everything down during that.
But the fans are not 16 and under. See?
Exactly. There we go.
And I believe I heard that you've got to have on a mask to get into the game.
I think
you've got to have on a mask to get in the game.
I think it'll be like that at first, and I think it'll change eventually.
We'll see.
As the season goes on.
That's it.
I mean, I hope so anyway.
That's it for sports and for trivia.
All right, well, coming up after the break, folks, it'll be time for Papa's favorite part of the show. The part of the show that's named after him. Albertology.
Oh, man, I thought it was named after me.
That's named after you, Papa, and that is coming up next here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Stay tuned.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, no, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Katie Burns and I'm excited to talk with you today about how to live well.
Okay, welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube.
My name is Brianna Scott and I'm the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent for UT Extension in Bledsoe County.
Hello, I'm Allie Pursley here with Channel 18 Valley TV, and today we're here at the Sequatchie County Veterans Memorial Park to discuss with you about the history of Veterans Day. It is also the United States annually observes Veterans Day on November the 11th.
Ben Buckner here, General Manager of Victory Pre-Owned of Dunlap. I'm here to let everyone know that Victory offers a full-service garage open to the public. Our mechanics are ASE certified and locally known and have over 20 years of experience. From our $29.95 oil change to complete car care, no job is too big or too small. Come in and check us out, 15480 Rankin Avenue, right in the middle of Dunlap, Tennessee.
Dana Thompson and her family just finished construction on their second new home with River Valley Ag Credit. Side by side, we ensured they got a quality, lasting home. You see, Dana and Brady have 2 daughters who rely on them.
And we rely on River Valley Ag Credit.
Rely on River Valley Ag Credit, serving Western Kentucky and Tennessee farmers for decades.
Lending support for generations, River Valley Ag Credit.
Have you ever gotten a phone call from a number that looks suspiciously like your own? It has your area code, the first 3 digits are the same as your own number, so you answer it.
Hi, this is Jessica. You've just won a free vacation to the Bahamas.
Don't worry, you're not the only one getting these calls. Tens of thousands of Americans report that they receive these every day from similar numbers. So what are they? They're a specific type of robocall. Typical robocalls are pre-recorded messages, usually for political campaigns, public announcements, and yes, telemarketing. Your run-of-the-mill robocall will be from a randomized number, but now, telemarketers are using a technique called neighbor spoofing. That's what makes the number look similar to yours. The idea is that, well, if the first few numbers look like your own phone number, you'll answer. You may think it's from a relative, an old friend from your hometown, your kid's school, or a neighbor. And robocalling is a lucrative business. Some pretend they're the IRS. Some pretend it's a down payment for a vacation giveaway. In fact, a robocall center uncovered in India in 2016 was found to be generating around $150,000 every day from American consumers. It's estimated that people received around 2.5 billion robocalls per month in 2016. So, are these robocalls illegal? Well, robocalls made by computerized autodialers, they're illegal. They call randomly inputted phone numbers at high speeds. But not all robocalls are illegal. Back in 1991, when telemarketing calls were becoming more prevalent, the Federal Communications Commission created the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. It's been amended many times with the evolving technology of phones, and currently it differentiates legal robocalls from illegal ones. Here's a list of rules that businesses that want to make robocalls need to follow. But the act still hasn't prevented illegal robocalls from happening. In an August 2017 press release, the Federal Trade Commission said that robocalls are its #1 complaint, with more than 1.9 million complaints made within the first 5 months of 2017. The FTC is sending all complaints and attached phone numbers to cell phone carriers and app developers to create better countermeasures. But what are some things you can do to stop robocalls? To start, keep your number to yourself. Don't offer your number if signups or registrations for business services don't require you to. Second, sign up for the National Do Not Call Registry. This registry, set up by the FTC in 2003, won't block all robocalls, but it will block a majority of them. And registration is free. Finally, if you end up getting a robocall, let it go to voicemail. The TCPA states legal robocalls must provide a toll-free callback number to opt out, which you can call immediately after. If the call doesn't leave a voicemail, it may be an illegal robocall, so file a complaint with the FTC on their website. And if you're still getting harassed by what looks like your own number, there are several apps that you can use to block calls, such as NoMo Robo or Calls Blacklist.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube, Papa. And listen to us here on WUAT Radio. I want to thank our sponsors. Citizens Tri-County Bank on Main Street. North Main Street, as you say. Yeah. Scotty's, the home of the Scotty Burger. Also on Main Street right here in downtown Pineville. I see Pineville Family Industry is just kind of a hop skipping away from us here at the radio station.
They're on Main Street too.
They're on Main Street. The Loom is our next door neighbor, Miss Judy Yates. Go see her over at the Loom, which is located right here on Cumberland Avenue. Correct?
Correct.
Let's see. And that's actually got it for now. So.
No, you don't got all of them.
Or I mean, let's see. No, I'm sorry, Papa. You're right. Boy, I got ahead of myself big time. We want to thank the offices, the following people, the offices. of Lisa Wheeler, Emma Boynton, and Michael Walker. Thanks to you guys over at the courthouse. Also, thank you to Farm Bureau Insurance owner Matt Massengale. And go see Matt and his friendly staff at let's see, what do they call that place now?
Well, they're on 127 South.
Yeah. But we got Farm Bureau Insurance. So anyway, they are 127 South. They're right by Putnam Reed Funeral Home.
Right.
That's where they're at. And right, I want to say right square behind them at H&R Block.
Yeah.
Really close to them. And there's the loom. Mag's Auto Sales. Also in South Pikeville, Florida, where the old restaurant Campbell's was at.
Yeah.
And also Bilberry Insurance. Go see Frank, Susan, and Sadie at Bilberry Insurance. You can't go to Bilberry Insurance and not see Sadie, the little dog. You gotta see her, of course. She comes with the place, don't she, Pop?
Yes.
All right, and that's it on our sponsors for the Albert and Billy Show. And now it is time for some good old Albertology, Papa.
All right, we're ready.
You try.
Do you know who owns Hamilton Place Mall and Northgate Mall?
I do not.
CBL Properties. They own 106 other businesses and malls. They filed for bankruptcy this week.
Really?
And they hope to be able to continue operating, but they've got a lot of problems.
I hate that.
There are several reasons for this.
Okay, let's hear more to it.
Well, the main thing I think is people are shifting their buying processes to more online purchasing rather than going to malls. Your brick and mortar businesses are going to suffer. It won't just. These malls are just some of the first to fall. There will be other issues develop along the way.
Definitely.
Of course, part of this is the COVID-19.
Of course.
Of course, part of it was because of the shutdowns. But just some of the...
Exactly, which is also COVID-19 issues.
COVID-19. But some of the businesses just naturally closed up because of slow business. But anyway, Steinmart is another big department store. They filed for bankruptcy this week.
No way.
They employ 8,400 employees in 30 states, and they have 280 stores.
Wow.
This again will be the first of several more to follow. They're having hard times, and there's so many millions of people out of work because of all of the ramifications of COVID-19.
Exactly.
And so this is just this is part of the aftermath.
Exactly.
But Steinmart is leaving a big footprint for somebody to come along and come in there. I heard today that the Fred's building up here will be occupied. I've heard that there's going to be a business relocate into that building, and it's been empty and vacant for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be a combination between Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. That's what I heard today. But it sounds good that Pike will be at another business. And that is a pretty large building, and I'm sure it will employ some people.
Yeah, it should.
And several people, let's hope.
Exactly.
All right, With that said, with all the bad news about all the foreclosure, I want to give you the Tennessee billionaires that were listed in the paper this week.
Okay.
There are 8 billionaires that live in Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Thomas Frist Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He is the brother of Senate Majority Leader Bill Frist.
Okay.
His net worth is more than $10 billion.
Golly day.
He's the number 1 billionaire. Martha Ingram, chairman of Ingram Industries, she has a value of $5 billion. Bless her heart, she's only half as rich. Fred Smith, the owner and founder of FedEx.
Yeah.
He lives in Tennessee, and his value is $3.4 billion.
Gosh.
You know FedEx and what's the name of that other one? UPS.
Yeah, UPS.
They're going to join forces.
They are.
Yeah. FedEx and UPS. It's going to be Fed Up. It's going to be the name of it.
I like that.
Jimmy Haslam.
I really like that.
He's the brother of the former governor, Bill Haslam, and he has a net worth of $2.7 billion. Brad Kelly, he has 2.36. John Yarbrough, he has a video gaming industry. And then Bill Haslam, the governor, the former governor, he's number 7.
Yeah.
Both of them own the Pilot Flying J chain of stores.
Okay.
And Forrest Preston, he's the CEO of Life Care Centers. But anyway, we've got 8 billionaires in Tennessee. Something about the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. I don't think I'm in the billionaire ranks.
Yeah, it makes
Here's another item that I cut out of the paper that I found interesting, but by the same token, it makes sense. Good times, with all the bad things going on, it's a good time to be a gun maker. We have 2 industries that make guns. Smith & Wesson is a maker of rifles and pistols and guns, but the other one is Strum Ruger. These 2 companies are, in spite of a pandemic, civil unrest, anxiety over the election coming up in November, it does not matter because they are having the best time of their lives in sales.
True.
Nothing seems to stop the sale of guns.
Right.
That don't sound good.
Right.
If your next door neighbor has a store, a storage of food in their basement, and you get real hungry and you try to go up there and he shoots you with a gun, you'll be better off than starve to death. The best business, Roy Lee wouldn't do me that way. The best business climate states. Tennessee's in here.
Okay.
Out of these 10, 8 of them are in the South.
Okay.
So that makes me feel good to be a part of the Southern culture, because if the business climate is healthy in the South, that bodes well for us in the upcoming months in recovery. There's going to be a rebound. There's going to be a recovery period. And there's always going to be entrepreneurs that will jump up and hop up and skip along the way and come up with something that will make it go. But Texas is number 1, Virginia's number 2, Tennessee's number 3,
wow.
Alabama's number 4, North Carolina's number 5, 6 is Indiana, 7 is Georgia, 8 is Florida, number 9 is Utah, and the last one is Mississippi. 8 out of the 10 are in the South. I just love that.
Gosh, yeah.
All right. I have a celebrity cipher here by Bill Gates. You know who Bill Gates is? I'd say Bill Gates is one of those billionaires too, but he doesn't live in Tennessee.
Yeah, but he definitely is.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, definitely.
But you know, Bill Gates and his wife, they have their own foundation, and they are philanthropists a la King. I love what they do with their money. People that have money and utilize their fortune to help other people, they will bode well with God someday in the future.
That's right.
This is what he says in his celebrity cipher.
Okay.
I choose a lazy person to do a hard job. Why? Because a lazy person will find an easy way to get it done. Bill Gates. He's a smart man too, isn't he?
Yeah.
I have a crypto quote that Sir Winston Churchill said. I do these every day. I have a celebrity cipher and a crypto quote. These letters stand for letters in the alphabet, and you've got to figure out what the message is. So here's what Sir Winston Churchill said.
Okay.
It's not good enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. Takes more than our best.
Wow.
Ask Marilyn. I was asked yesterday by two ladies, who is this Marilyn?
They call it Ask Albert.
Well, they wondered who Marilyn was. I use her article. It comes out in the newspaper every Sunday in the Parade magazine.
Okay, I need to get that.
She is listed as the smartest woman in the world. But her husband, Dr. Jarvik, made the first artificial heart.
Oh, really?
So her name, her marriage name is Marilyn Vos Savant. Here's what she said. The question came into her: if an alligator swallows a water moccasin, would the venom from the highly toxic moccasin kill the gator? Here's her answer. Probably not.
Well, shoot.
Unless the snake bit the gator on the way down.
Oh.
If the snake bit the gator, there would be enough venom in that snake bite to kill that gator.
Gosh.
Whoa.
Gosh.
Marilyn Vos Savant. Pizza Hut is closing 300 stores.
Wow.
Pizza Hut. They do a lot of business. But you know, I would have thought with the pandemic, the way it's doing, that pizza would be one thing that's going. But these 300 stores were dine-in. They were not delivery. Because I would think pizza delivery is going big time right now. People at home.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I might have pizza for supper tonight, but I don't guess I will. I'll wait and see what I have. Did you know? I've got 3 did you knows. Free education is abundant all over the internet. It's the desire to learn that's scarce.
Yeah.
You can get free education, but
that's true.
Not many people want to learn.
No.
Did you know? Starfish, cuttlefish, and jellyfish are not fish. They just simply share the same habitat as fish. You didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
Did you know? And this is by Ingrid Bergman, and this is where I end my abertology, but we'll have some stories. Jokes. Ingrid Bergman said this.
Okay, let's hear it.
A kiss is a lovely trick by nature to stop speech when words become superfluous.
Okay.
Way to go, Ingrid. When words become superfluous. You know what superfluous means? Unnecessary.
Oh, yeah. I see a lot of that.
Well, I can remember the first time I kissed Carolyn. Boy, oh boy, boy. All right. Now it's time for some jokes. Now it's time for some jokes.
All right. All right.
All right. This is said to be the actual testimony collected from some various courtrooms.
Okay. Oh, it is. So that's, I mean, it's going to be even more funny then.
Here's the question. Doctor, did you say he was shot in the woods? I said, no, he was shot in the lumbar region. So after the anesthesia, when you came out of it, what did you observe with respect to your scalp? I didn't see my scalp the whole time I was in the hospital. It was covered, yes, bandaged.
Yeah.
Then later on, what did you see? I saw a skin graft. My whole buttocks and leg were removed and put on top of my head. Could you see him from where you were standing? All I could see was his head. And where was his head? Just above his shoulders. How did Mrs. Smith, do you believe that you are emotionally unstable? I should be. Well, how many times have you committed suicide? 4 times. You're emotionally unstable. Committed suicide 4 times?
Yeah, I know.
Doctor, how many autopsies have you performed on dead people? All my autopsies have been performed on dead people. Were you acquainted with the deceased? Yes, sir. Before or after he died? And what did he do then? He came home and next morning he was dead.
Well, dang.
So when he woke up the next morning, he was dead?
That's crazy.
Do you drink when you're on duty? I don't drink when I'm on duty unless I come to work drunk. Any suggestion as to what prevented this from being a murder trial instead of an attempted murder trial? Answer: the victim lived.
Oh.
What is your relationship with the plaintiff? She's my daughter. Was she your daughter on February 13, 1979? Taxiing down the tarmac, the jetliner abruptly stopped, turned around and returned to the gate. After an hour-long wait, it finally took off.
God.
A concerned passenger asked the flight attendant, what was the problem that caused us to wait an hour? The pilot was bothered by a noise he heard in the engine, and it took us a while to find a new pilot.
Oh.
All right.
Two more.
All right, listen to this.
Okay.
The officer who responded, no. Oh, here it starts up here. Did you see my client flee the scene? No, sir, I didn't. But subsequently, I observed someone running several blocks away who matched the description of the offender. Who provided you with the description? The officer who responded to the scene. A fellow officer of yours provided the description of this so-called offender. Do you trust this fellow officer? Yes, sir, with my life. With your life? Let me then ask you this, officer. Do you have a room where you change your clothes in preparation for the day's duties? Yes, sir, we do. And do you have a locker in that room? Yes, sir, I do. And do you have a lock on your locker? Yes, sir. Why is it, officer, that if you trust your fellow officers with your very life that you find it necessary to lock your locker in a room that you share with these same officers? Well, you see, sir, we share the building with the court complex. And sometimes lawyers have been known to walk through these rooms. You want one more?
One more.
All right. How hot is it?
It's hot.
It's so hot, chickens are laying omelets. It's so hot you can fry an egg on the sidewalk and toast the English muffin too. That's hot. It's so hot, squirrels are picking up nuts with pot holders. My squirrels are eating up all my bird seed. It's so hot you can wash and dry your clothes at the same time. It's so hot trees are whistling for dogs. It's so hot your GPS keeps directing you to drive to Canada. That's enough.
I like that one right there now. That was good.
Drive to Canada.
Yeah. Well, those were good, Papa. Those were good. You did good today. Well, folks, thanks for listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching on Channel 18 Valley TV, and of course on YouTube, Papa. Where you can see
we gotta be on YouTube.
Gotta be. That's where you can see every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube, so check it out. And we will be back next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Right. You guys have a great weekend. So long, folks.
See you, folks.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.